And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, November the 10th, 2018. It's Season 12, Episode 41. I am Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
Welcome to the show. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our number is 334-272-9228, 334-272-9228. Go to ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat. You can find us on Facebook. You can email us, everyone at ingamechat.net. Streaming on Twitch right now. Go to twitch.tv/InGameChat. You should be able to watch us. Just go to ingamechat.net, click on the link. There we are. So, just as simple as that. You can join in the chat room with everybody else on Twitch, live while we broadcast. Talk to us there live as well.
Join in the fun.
Yes! Join in the fun indeed. I want to thank our friends over at Quality Comics, 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. They're the South's largest vintage comic dealer, and you can check them out at Quality Comics. That is comics with an X.com. You can also go to Facebook, Montgomery Quality Comics there, and check out everything they've got. 272-1787 is their number. If you're not local, it's 800-548-3314. And they've got a store on eBay as well. And, of course, we'll talk about them throughout the show. So thanks again for Brent, Jason, Lee, everybody at Quality Comics. All right, so I've been watching. In fact, it's still going on. It's the Inside Xbox. They're doing something down in Mexico. Microsoft's doing something down in Mexico City. And they're announcing a lot of different new games and stuff like that. And they're giving us some updates on games that are already in progress. Like we got a date, which you already had a date for Crackdown 3, but they showed us some of the multiplayer for Crackdown 3. A new mode for State of Decay 2. Some stuff for Sea of Thieves.
Stuff for Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, because, well, it needs
like
stuff.
Content?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you remember to do the clicker?
I have not done the clicker. Let me do the clicker. Thanks for the reminder of the clicker. Clicker is done. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
lots of stuff that they're announcing, and a lot of this is in conjunction with, I've got something in my eye, Xbox Game Pass, which I believe currently is only $1 for a month right now to new or returning customers. And I think a 6 months subscription is only like $30 right now for Game Pass.
So,
which would cover a lot of things that are releasing and a lot of things that they already have now. They're adding Hellblade to the Xbox Game Pass.
The Setsuna?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I want to play that.
They're adding that to the Xbox Game Pass. They're adding, Crackdown 3 is a launch title for Xbox Game Pass, so it'll be available. Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps coming to Game Pass. Lots of stuff being added. They've got a number of about 28 or so, 20 games that they're adding to Xbox Game Pass. And they're kind of going over some of them here. Right now, it looks like we're talking about, I don't know what we're talking about here. I don't know what this is. The Void? No, this is Devil May Cry.
So you know how Terry Crews is going to be in Crackdown 3?
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing him pop up in a lot of different things lately that I like. And I gotta say, it's really cool seeing Terry Crews around because that guy just cracks me up.
I don't know what his part will be in.
He's been in 2 of the new music videos so far.
No, I mean Crackdown. I don't know what his part will be in that game.
I'm just like
how much of a part he will
unexpectedly pop up is always pleasant.
Yeah. Hitman. Yeah, there's Lethal Migraine talking about Hitman.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, he's talking about Ghost Mode.
Yeah, the multiplayer?
Yeah, I need to get better at my single player before I decide to tackle the multiplayer.
See, I need to, since they announced the first elusive target, the Undying, I need to really know, number one, I think he'll probably be in the level that's the racetrack, I'm guessing, in Miami. So I need to really get to know that level in and out before I try that. Because I
watched a video, and it is there's a video on YouTube, and it's called. And the easiest way to find this is to search for "Art of Repetition." The Art of Repetition is what it is called.
5 targets, not other players.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Art of Repetition?
Yeah, The Art of Repetition is it's kind of a video essay on Hitman,
Okay.
on the Hitman series, and where he says that, when I first got to when I first played the first map of the new Hitman game, and not talking about Hitman 2.
The 2016?
This was done in the 2016 version. When I played my first map of Hitman, sure, I killed my target, but I also killed this guy, and I killed this guy, and I shot this guy, and I dropped a bell on a priest, and I did this, and I did all this other stuff. Just going all over this things of like, I got the job done, but I didn't feel like
a super stealthy assassin.
It goes on to be like, it goes on to showcase how other games give you this feeling of, being the character. Batman has detective vision and all these other things that you can use in it. He brought up Red Dead, but obviously not the sequel. He was bringing up the old one with the Deadeye thing, so you can actually feel like a gunslinger type person. And he said that Hitman doesn't have anything like that. Hitman has what is called the art of repetition, which is the more I played the level, the more I realized that I can get in over here, or I can go in over here. I can do this. The way that they lay things out in a level let you know that there are other opportunities for you to take advantage of. And so it doesn't necessarily become a situation of let me kill my targets and move on. It is let me find the most satisfying way to do it and feel like that person and feel like that Batman or that skilled assassin thing where it's like you're in, you're out, and no one is, no one knows.
I've had a few of the elusive targets where it was that way, where I was able to, like ghost mode it and everything, so to speak, and that is where you do feel like.
Well, he brings up the elusive. Yeah, he brings up the elusive target situation in the sense that is kind of a wrench in the or a cog in the machine type thing. Or a wrench in the cog, whatever it is, where you know the level layout, you know that at some point this person's going to go over here and take a sip of this drink, or this going to, you've got all these patterns memorized as to what's going to happen here, until they put in an elusive target, which kind of changes things up completely as to how you do it. Not only that, you've got the one
opportunity.
Yeah, you have one attempt to make it happen. So, and he loves that. He wasn't saying that there was anything wrong with that. Just watching that video felt like, yeah, okay, so I can kind of understand the headspace needed to be in when you're playing a game like this, is to know, you may come across it, but you have no idea what it's for. An expired can of spaghetti or sauce. Expired can of spaghetti sauce and stuff like that.
Gets them sick. They run to the bathroom.
Right, exactly. That was one of the ways that he was able to kill someone, was that he got them sick first. He was talking about Hitman 2, where the first mission I could go in and you can, it's the racetrack mission, and you have to take out one of the drivers. And he did so by rigging the pyro on the winner's podium.
And make sure that he wins.
But you have to make sure that they win first. And so he was able to get the outfit of the flag person. I don't know what they're called. Whatever, the guy that...
The umpire.
Yeah, whatever. The one sitting in his little thing waving the flag, and was able to disqualify the person in front or mark them as whatever so that person would win. There's a lot of ways to go about it. In order to do it the most flashy and stealthy and best way, so many other factors have to fall into place for you to make that happen.
Yeah.
He drowned somebody in the toilet, but he had to get him sick first to go to the toilet.
Yep.
So it talks about that. Yeah, it's a great video. And so, yeah, I played a smidge of it. Because
I know that you said, like, with it not being episodic, you're kind of afraid that, like, you beat one level, then you go to the next, you go in the, you won't really, like, ingest.
Yeah, and I don't know how that's going to play out in this game, because I haven't gotten that far yet.
And that's kind of how, in a way, you need to. You almost need to sort of treat it like it's, I would think, having not played it yet, like, I'm going to treat it like it's an episodic still, where I'm going to play the first mission, but before I go to the second one, I'm going to do as much like I'm going to replay it. I'm going to replay it and like really get to know the map and everything. Then I'll move on. And even with the 2016 Hitman, I'd still go back and because they have other targets that you could do like that. They have like the random, user created targets or like escalations, and that's where map knowledge really comes into. So if you I played like for instance Marrakesh a lot in like in different ways, whether it's elusive target, the storyline, all these other things. But then when you go into stuff like the escalations, where you have to you'll have like 5 different targets and. Like first target, it's just like first round is one person kill this way, and the second round you add someone, and then like the rules might change where now you have to have a disguise, or and like it always adds another target, and then like sometimes the rules will change, or you can only use this weapon, or all these different things, and the escalations are just a lot of fun. But that's where you really need to know, the maps in and out. That like all right, this will be here. This is a good escape route. This is a good sniper post, all that kind of stuff. And that's what I really like about Hitman is it allows me to just really just get into and know that world. And so that way I could, work my way up to just silent assassin, sneak in, disguise, kill, sneak out, or even just, do it without the disguise. You could get XP and special bonus, one of the challenges is to do it without changing out of your suit. So I really like the Hitman. That was one of the better games I've played recently, and the fact that now that since you have the original, correct?
I do, yeah.
So it should have given you like the briefcase, I guess the special briefcase from the first game. Like it has like stamps or like stickers on it.
I mean, if it did, I don't know. I mean, I just fired it up. So
okay, but also you could play the original Hitman, all those levels in the new too, which is
it was there, but
cool.
every time I went to access it, it would send me to the Steam store. So I don't know if that's ready yet or what the situation is. I do have the gold edition, but I don't know. I was only on there for just a really brief amount of time because I just fired it up. I figured there'll be some training. I could look around, do whatever. And so it opens with a mission on a beach in a house. And I was taking my time going through this house only to come to find out there's actually nobody in the house until you get some intel and then they show up. Okay. And so by the time they showed up, I was like, okay, I don't have time to finish this or to be all sneaky stealthy like I want to. But what it did do, remembering the art of repetition, was because I walked through that house being all sneaky and stealthy and being thorough like I am, I saw all these opportunities. Oh, here's an expired can of sauce that I found. And I came up upon a couple of things in the kitchen. Where do you want to poison these things and that sort of stuff? So I had opportunities all over the place, but nothing to do with them because I just thought, oh, they're just showing off. It's the tutorial. They're just showing off stuff. And then the people show up, and it's like, oh, your mission is to kill these 2 people or this one person. And so there I am just standing there, and I thought, well, I'm not going to go through with this, but let's look at the pattern. Comes in, looks for the dog, goes to the counter, picks up her phone. Then she asks her cook or a friend or whatever, or her friend or a cook says, hey, do you want something to drink? Do you want some tea? And he says, do you want honey? Which was an option I could have poisoned. And she says, no. Do you want sugar? Yes. Another thing I could have poisoned. So, again, knowing this, start the level over, go through and,
do what you need to do.
Make, I can make sure those things happen. Yeah. So, there's, and
there's any number of ways.
Yeah, it's a new thing for me it's a new way for me to kind of look at the game. Because I was basically just doing it like he was, which is, mission opens, I have an objective, I completed my objective.
Next mission.
Done. Even though it was sloppy, even though it was not the best way to be, it just wasn't, it lacked finesse. So yeah, I want to put some more time into it and do that as well. So, If you didn't complete Hitman 1, it asks if you want to or go right into Hitman 2. It did not. I did not finish Hitman 1, and it did not give me that option. Like a menu didn't even come up. I mean, the game, a window comes up on your. This is on PC, by the way. A window comes up so you can change your options before you get into the game, so you can set your graphics and everything else that you need to set. Which I did that, and then I started the game. It goes through the thing, and then it just says hit enter to play. When I did that, it goes right into the opening. Now, he may be talking. Lethal Migraine, by the way, is in the chat room. He may be talking about. After you finish this introductory mission. Maybe. I don't know. But it didn't give me that. The Xbox Game Pass that they're adding Player Unknown... Dang it, I missed it. Player Unknown Battlegrounds coming to Xbox Game Pass. I'm going to back it up just a tad and then pause it. Let's see, we've got Hellblade, Ori, Thief of Thieves, something called Kingdom, Aftercharge, Supermarket Shriek, I don't know what that's called, Mutant something, Pathologic 2, Hello Neighbor, The Good Life, and they've got 3 more games to announce for Xbox Game Pass. So, sorry, just trying to keep up with what all this is going on. And I'm watching it with the sound turned off, so I have no idea what's being said or what's being talked about. They don't put anything up on the screen to tell me, hey, what is the game I'm looking at right now? Which would be nice of them to do. So, anyway, yeah. We got a couple of Black Friday things to go over as well. We got some new, let's see, Walmart revealed their Black Friday plans. Best Buy revealed their Black Friday plans. Oddly enough, Spider-Man is not on that list.
Okay. It's still new.
It is, but I really thought you could see a little bit of a drop in price.
I mean, being new doesn't necessarily prevent someone from putting a Black Friday sale on something, though.
Right. Assassin's Creed always gets a Black Friday sale, and it was, and it does have one. Call of Duty has a Black Friday sale. It ain't much, but it's got one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was interesting to see that Spider-Man does not get one. Maybe because of the platform exclusivity, maybe because it's just really selling well. I didn't expect Red Dead to have one, and they don't. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but we'll go over some of that stuff in today's show as well. I kind of want to go over what we played, but we only got about 7 more minutes left in the segment here. I don't know what they're showing now, but you're playing as a goat.
Goat Simulator?
No, it's not Goat Simulator, but playing as a goat. See, maybe I should turn on the closed captioning. I think that's Hello Neighbor is what they're talking about. I don't know. Yeah, this is no fun to try and watch and read and figure out what's being said. When it comes to I'm waiting for the have. And then it just weird makes something from Square Enix and Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics. It is Tomb Raider. World premiere of what? I don't know. They're showcasing something for Tomb Raider.
Okay. Maybe
probably some DLC maybe.
Yeah.
Which is about that time. Tomb Raider's getting a deal as well for this Black Friday.
Yep.
Coming up. Play solo or co-op in whatever it is that they're working on. New score attack mode, which is something I never really... Time attack mode, again, something I've never considered. New weapons.
What if it's like the ones in Resident Evil? Time attack and score attack modes, I mean.
Yeah, apparently looks like it's just an update that's coming to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Interesting. Finally, mouse and keyboard. Last month we announced that developers will be able to add mouse and keyboard to support if they choose to. Games will be supporting in the future, and we've got 14 titles to announce right now. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot going on with that Inside Xbox thing. I think I put a YouTube link in our chat room for you guys to go and take a look at if you want to. We'll go ahead and take our break now. And when we come back, we will go over the games that we played. I guess I could go to my news feed, and it would tell me all these things. Yeah, of course. There's been 44 since last I checked. Yeah, there's a ton here. Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat here in just a moment. First up, we're still catching up with the titles from October, as far as the music is concerned. So we're still playing catch-up there. Just a note, all of these are from October games that released last month. Here is music from, it's the main menu, and it's from Soul Calibur 6. That's the new one? Yeah.
RJ should recognize it then?
They should, yep. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from a game called Starlink. The track is called Warden Harvest. This is the game where you have the toy that connects to your controller, the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ubisoft, I think, did that.
Yeah, where
publisher.
you, like, build on a ship and it goes into...
And if you're playing it on Switch, you get the Star Fox ship
Yeah.
with it, I think. So, welcome back to the show. Don't forget to check out Quality Comics, and you can go to their website, qualitycomics.com. It's comics with an X. They are the South's largest vintage comic dealer, but not only comics, they also do collectibles as well. So check out their entire stock of just any kind of thing. They've got the pop figures,
the magic cards, the action figures.
all sorts of stuff.
All types of collectibles out there, too.
And
Yeah.
comic books.
And comic books, of course. Sports cards, too, by
Yes.
the way. Check them out online, qualitycomics.com, or at their Facebook page, Montgomery Quality Comics. They're located on the Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery, and don't forget to look at their eBay store as well. Okay, so we'll go around the room, find out what everybody's been playing. RJ, we'll start with you.
A little bit more Soul Calibur 6. I've been playing a little more online games and spending less time in character creation, so that's a plus for that. Played a little bit of Dynasty Mode in Mutant Football League. I'm still getting used to some of the new dirty tricks they implemented in there.
I almost got music for Mutant Football League because that came out in October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the dirty tricks, one I fell victim to, was time warp, which basically means it's a defensive dirty trick that negates whatever play you gave up previously. So let's say you're on your 3rd and 8 yards to go, and you give up a 40-yard pass, and it's first down all over again.
Yeah.
You can play a dirty trick, use time warp, and that play never happened. You go back to 3rd and 8 again. So that was one of the new things they put in there. Another new one they put was I forget the name of it, but basically they put a tether to the ball. If you're someone who likes to throw the ball, if your opponent likes to throw the ball a lot, you put a tether to the ball. The quarterback tries to throw it, it snaps back in their face, knocks them down, and you got all the time in the world to get back there and get them for the sack.
Okay,
and that's another new trick they put in there. It's pretty fun overall. It's basically just football with a lot of different rules and team management, because players can't get killed out there, falling into traps or getting hit too much, and the damage builds up and they get killed and they're taken out of the game permanently.
Interesting.
So yeah. Other than that, very little bit of Street Fighter. I haven't been playing too much of that lately, but I try to get some matches in whenever I can. And other than that, I think that's about it. That's about it this week.
All right.
Yeah.
Matt, what about you?
Take a wild guess.
Red Dead 2.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's only it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're very likely, yeah. I mean, he can't play Hitman yet.
No.
Because he didn't pick up the gold edition, which I swear I thought you did.
I didn't. I didn't pre-install Hitman 2, though.
You could do that?
Yeah.
They did
last
not,
night, it allowed me to pre-install it.
They did not let, if you had gold edition, you were not allowed to pre-install.
Maybe, because I think it went live yesterday, right?
It went live yesterday at some point. I don't know what time yesterday.
So that's probably what allowed me to pre-install.
If you were if you got the gold edition, you could play 4 days earlier, which means it went live on Friday. But you couldn't preload that, so I just left my Steam client open, so it would just go ahead and download it whenever it became available. So, but yeah, so you've been playing Red Dead?
Yep.
Beyond Chapter 2? Have you moved beyond that? Or
I'm
still in
Chapter 2.
Let me ask you, were you affected by the campsite bug?
There's a campsite bug?
When you do... Okay, so I didn't know this, but I think I've been affected by it. A couple of members are not at the camp. John is not at the camp.
Is he out somewhere?
And some other woman is not at the camp. They're not out somewhere. They're supposed to be there.
Oh.
Like if you go to their camp, if you go to their tent at night and they're not in their tent sleeping or whatever, their sleeping bags are empty, then you're affected by that bug.
Did the characters have individual exploits they do?
I don't know. I'm not into it too far, but okay. I mean, you're missing out on conversations that you could have with them, I guess. But
I honestly don't spend a lot of time at camp. I stop by there. What I've been doing lately is getting perfect pelts for my satchel upgrades.
Okay.
Because you upgrade your satchel, you could hold more stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of hunting lately, and I just talked to Marston earlier this morning, and he's like, "Hey, I have this mission. We should go rob a train." I'm like, "Okay," but I haven't gone to do it yet. But no, I'm guessing since he's there, I haven't.
Maybe you haven't. It's triggered by doing the mission where you take the girls into Valentine.
I've already done that.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the first missions anybody ever does. And I did it, and I haven't noticed them in my camp. I also really haven't cared that much, but I haven't noticed them in my camp. I read about it. And I remembered, though, I was thinking, you know what? I haven't seen them since the beginning of the game. Well, my crew looks a little bit lacking, like it's not as full as what it was. So
now, I don't remember seeing John Marston around a lot. But that doesn't, other than, like, occasionally I'll see him, but I don't know, weird. I did find, since I missed out on the first gold glitch in Lempany, I think it was.
Yeah.
I missed that out because I just already picked up that gold. There's a second gold glitch up north in, like, a cave. And that one's kind of a pain in the butt.
Have you been able to do it?
I picked up about, like, for the gold, because the with the gold glitch, if you there's a burnt out town right close to your camp, and if you go there and there's in the sheriff's office of this burnt out town, there's a lockbox, and if you open up the lockbox and pick up the gold and hit right as it registers, and it has a little the notification for you picked up a gold bar.
As soon as he does the animation to bend over and pick up the gold.
Yeah, if you save the game,
pause the game, save it,
reload it, then you could just infinitely just keep on picking it up, and it's like super quick, super easy. You could get 30 gold, go fence it, come back, get 30 gold, go fence, stuff like that.
Something like the Fallout glitch when building material.
Yeah.
Yeah, duping it. Yeah.
So the one in the cave, it's not quite as easy because you go in there and there's like some statues. You have to push the statue buttons in a certain order, and it, you see like 3 gold bars, and then depending on if you hold the button down, if you pick up all 3 at once or just once, then that determines when you need to save the game to reload it. Mm-hmm. But once you save the game, reload it, then you have to you go and you start the glitch, you save, reload. You have to keep on reloading each time. You just can't keep on picking it up. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a time sink because you're always having to reload.
You say 3 statues. It sounds like something out of Tomb Raider. What is this?
Well, it's this weird statue in the center, and they have other statues around it.
Right.
And then you have to push buttons on the other statues, and it drops a little thing, and you grab the gold that way. But I did find a lockbox in a tree stump that you could do the glitch with, but it's the continuous just picking up. It only gives you 20, like a billful to 20 $20 at a time.
Yeah.
And so I just held the button down and watched a show for half an hour, and then went back to the game. My thumb was kind of sore, and I had $27,000.
Nice.
So I'm like, all right, that's enough for now.
I'm running around town kicking with about $60,000.
Yeah, I think I upgraded everything in the camp.
Yeah.
So
I can't upgrade the camp other than the fact because I have to find the materials.
I don't think depending on how far you are, you don't have access to the ledger yet.
Right, I haven't even done
you have to do more story missions to get access to the ledger.
I've done about 2 story missions. That is it.
Yeah,
I did the one where me and the girls went to Valentine.
Okay.
Then I did the one where we fight in the bar.
Yes.
That is it.
See, you don't.
That
have
is all.
You don't have the map for the legendary animals.
Although I did find a legendary animal location when I was at the creek.
Oh. Was it a fish?
Yeah, it was a fish.
I
didn't do anything. I was just riding by the creek. It's like, you found a legendary
fish.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was on my way to Limpany.
I found a couple of legendary fishes. Yeah, definitely try and do the legendary animals whenever you can because they give you the talismans that help out. Mm-hmm. I've been riding with Artax, my Arabian horse, and we're fully bonded and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to do some more hunting. For the I need more deer skin pelts, and in order to get a perfect one, you either have to sort of headshot the deer, or what I've been doing is using the lasso. Mm-hmm. You can lasso the deer and then go up to it and just you take out your knife and get it that way. That way you guarantee a perfect pelt.
Get a perfect pelt out of that.
Mm-hmm. So I need to find some. There's other animals I need to find too. Mm-hmm. But I've been really enjoying it.
Speaking of Rockstar, I forgot to mention I was also playing Grand Theft Auto 5. They have an event going on. It's double respect points and double cash payouts for apparently all missions in the game now. So anything you're doing there, it's double everything. So I was able to do maybe 5 little minor missions in there. I got about $150,000 out of it.
For which one?
Grand Theft Auto Online. So if anybody was out there grinding for cash and items in there, this is the perfect time to do it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at they're talking about some. It's not a game; they're just talking about deals, Black Friday deals coming up for Xbox.
Yeah,
and for Xbox titles.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my age, but I just don't want to go out in that mess.
Oh, most of these are digital.
Okay, yeah, maybe a mail order thing, but yeah, not the physical go out and get it thing.
Yeah,
I
and
did that.
Xbox Game Pass is $1 right now for the first month is $1 for new and returning customers. By the way,
Yeah. Going out Black Friday, did that one time. That's the last time I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
and a 12-month membership is half off.
And how much is that?
I'd have to look. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm just looking through this. Okay. Really, should not watch video while I'm doing the show. I get distracted trying to figure out what they're talking about and what they're showing and what they're doing and trying to read everything that's going on. Anyway, so you've just done Red Dead. That's
Yes.
it. I did Destiny. I did Red Dead. I did Spider-Man. I'm at the point in Spider-Man where the demons are now. There's demon
Okay.
crimes happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I shouldn't have done it the way that I did, which is
Why's that?
because there's very little to do, you know? If I had left some of the regular thug crimes and then some of the demon crimes and other little things, then there's going to always be things for me to be doing while I'm around. But since I've so methodically said, okay, I'm going to do this one at a time, it's kind of sucked the fun out of it a little bit.
No. I mean, I did story mode, but just the occasional crime that just popped up. I just thought it was right there. May as well stop by and do this.
Yeah, see, I don't have that.
Well, yeah, because you do that, you get your materials for leveling up and things like that. I mean, there's
Oh,
still
I've got a ton of materials for leveling up.
Well, I've still got stuff I got to pick up for my extra suits. I think there's like 4 or 5 suits that I haven't picked up yet because I don't have the materials for it. But I've beat the story mode already, and I've got all the districts completed. So I'm just doing extra stuff now to just pick all the other things up and upgrading all my gadgets.
Yeah,
Some of which I haven't even used throughout the whole game.
right.
Yeah. It's like-
I don't find any use in the gadgets in this game too much.
well, I mean, web bomb is pretty good when you're surrounded.
Yeah.
Things like that. But the
Is that the one where he jumps up and spins around and throws web everywhere, or is that for?
I think that's
think
web.
that's
I think it's web blossom.
Yeah, that's Web Blossom.
Web bomb. I think you hit.
Well, you
hit
throw the
hit
bomb
and
and then it.
it
Oh, okay.
webbing goes everywhere. So when you got a group of guys coming at you, like 3 at a time, hit the one in the middle, and then everybody gets stuck. You got time to deal with somebody else, and then you can go back to them and keep your combo going, which I find is the one of the hardest things for me to do sometimes. Like trying to get from like point A to point B way over here. I mean, it was a lot easier in the Batman Arkham games than it is in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Because even though he can jump from long distances over there, I mean, there's so many things that can break a combo in that game.
yeah. It's I'm not saying it isn't fun. I just think that I have kind of ruined my ability to have fun with it by the way that I played it, and maybe I don't necessarily know that yet. It is nice to know that I can just jump in at any time and start picking off more of what I've got to do, which right now is just the demon things. But basically, it's me swinging around until the police say, "Hey, you've got one. There's a crime happening over here. Go do it."
That's where I'm at now. Yeah.
So
Other than replaying, it's like that and replaying the Taskmaster missions, because I just did those to get them out the way, just to complete them for completion's sake. But silver level and gold level on a lot of them I didn't achieve.
yeah,
And
I did all the
yeah.
I did all the Oscorp research stations.
Yep, did that too.
With the exception of 2 that I'm not unable to do because I don't have. Like one, I need the electric web or the electroshock web. I don't have that, and so I can't do that one yet. And then I need something else for another one that I don't have. And so I'm going to have to come back and do those.
Okay.
Once I get further in the story, I guess, to get those abilities.
Right.
So
Okay.
see what happens. I'm not.
Yes. If I'm mistaken, they unlock with progression, right?
It all does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
I did do a boss fight with Shocker
Shocker.
at the
Okay.
bank.
Okay, at the bank, yeah.
Yeah, I did do the Shocker at the bank mission there, and that's where I'm at now. Now I've got something else on the thing to go do, but I haven't done it because I'm fighting the demons. The city changed now from late afternoon to evening, which
Looks
is
nice.
nice.
That's very nice.
Gets me a different scenery to look at from when I'm traveling around. That's what I did in In Red Dead Redemption 2. I basically did the money glitch. Over and over and over again, and because I'm so early, the only place that I have See, here's what I did. I did the sharpshooter thing, guys. You know, the ones that were on the cards and stuff. You remember you meet a guy in a bar and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to write this story about this guy." And
Oh, the gunslingers.
The gunslingers, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I did all of them. Is there a way, like, when you're done with that, do you turn that mission back in to the writer guy or no? Because I kept going back to find him and he's not there. The guy who gave me that mission, gave me those cards and everything else and said, go talk to these people.
Did you even do the guy all the way up in the north?
I did the guy all the way up in the one that's got the, he's up in the shack in the snow and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did him too.
I don't remember. I'm not sure if you go to a mail post office and that's what triggers it. I forget.
I don't know. Nothing's come up to let me know, so... Oh, okay. You eventually get a prompt to talk to him later again in the main story. Okay, thanks. I wasn't sure. I was trying to find him because I finished everything.
Yeah.
But by finishing that, it sent me all over the map, which means I unlocked Saint Denis? Saint Denis? Saint Denis.
Because it's French.
Yeah. I unlocked Saint Denis, or I say I unlocked it. I just, I was down there.
Stumbled upon it?
Yeah. Which, luckily, they have a fence.
They do?
There's
another fence further north from there.
Oh, well, this is the first one that I had found. So
That's
basically,
the first fence you found?
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's one in Rhodes.
I haven't been to Rhodes.
You haven't been to Rhodes yet?
No.
That's like close to the campground.
Is it that railway station?
It's like down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you haven't done a lot of exploring in your game.
I really haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know of a fence in Rhodes. There's another one north of that, close to like not Union Springs. I'm thinking of somewhere else. I think that's a real place. But yeah, there's one north of Rhodes. There's one at Rhodes. There's Saint Denis. There's one north of Saint Denis. I'm not sure if Strawberry has a fence.
I don't know.
think it does. But yes.
I do the gold glitch and get 30 bars, which is as many as I can carry. And then I go to Valentine, and I take the train from Valentine to Saint Denis. Then I go to the fence, sell it, get back in the train, go back to Valentine, go back to Limpany, do the glitch.
Now, I think shouldn't the train give you ticket to Rhodes as an option?
It's grayed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's grayed out. It might. I'd have to look. It might do it. But it's got a couple that are
a
great.
lot closer.
Yeah, it's got a couple that are great.
Although that might be one that you have to unlock during the story progression.
That's what I'm thinking. There was one at a ranch that you have to unlock with the story because you have to do something at somebody's ranch. I don't know.
I think that's the horse fence, where it's not only a fence, but you could steal carriages and bring the carriages in there.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
anyway,
one as well.
That's what I've been doing so far. I when I was doing the here's the thing, the guy that I had to shoot in Saint Denis was on a train, and so I found him, and eventually we got on top of the train.
Yes.
Well, I got him, but then I became wanted,
Yes.
and then the train stopped, and I'm wanted in Saint Denis by a lot of people. I'm not exactly sure how to get rid of my wanted bounty. I did eventually figure that out. But in order to get from where I was, this was before I did the gold glitch, in order to get from St. Denis back to Valentine, I couldn't go to the train station because I was wanted. There was a bounty on me. So I got on my horse, and I headed back to Valentine. So I traveled from St. Denis to Valentine on my horse, which is where I uncovered a lot of different things, but not another fence or anything. And that was a lot of what I uncovered or discovered or something in my exploration, that sort of thing, the swamps and all this other stuff around St. Denis, which was fantastic. But I also opened up the map that came with my special edition and realized how gigantic this whole thing is.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Like the whole area is just massive.
Let me ask you, maybe y'all said something earlier about this, but I've been hearing a lot about people talking about the thing they notice about traveling, how long it takes to get, because you mentioned how big the map is and how long it takes to get from point A to point B.
It takes a minute.
Yeah, it takes a minute. That was a complaint. I guess a complaint. There's people started noticing how long it took to get from location to location. Has that affected you two in any way?
Well, yeah, so much so that I take the train.
Yeah.
Now that I can afford it, I take the train.
Yeah.
I take the train sometimes. I take the stagecoach on occasion. I've unlocked it where I could fast travel from the camp because I've upgraded Arthur's tent, and that gives you a map, so I could fast travel directly from the camp. I could go to the different cities that I've been to.
Does the fast travel? Does it just immediately send you there, or what does it do?
I haven't used it yet.
Oh, you haven't used it yet. Because when I take the
But
train,
I think it immediately sends you there.
when I take the train, time has to pass.
Okay.
So, like, it shows the fact that it took me ever how long to travel from Valentine to there.
Yeah.
If I go at noon, I get there in the afternoon. If I go in the afternoon, I get there at night.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it does show that time does pass. And the fence is closed at night. Mm-hmm. He is not open. I have to wait for morning for him to...
But you could wait,
I can lean up against a post or whatever and wait, yeah.
I don't mind just taking the horse. That's what I find I do most of the time. Just take the horse because usually along the way I do other things. Mm-hmm. Like I have random instances that guy found another guy that's I saved from a snake bite, so that'll be another chance to get a free weapon.
Random, so you see more random events that way.
Oh yeah,
so yeah.
So you see random, or just stuff that I've been hunting. Or even not even hunting, like for the different challenges. For the weapons challenge, I'm at the one right now where you have to kill 3 birds of prey with a tomahawk. And so trying to find the birds of prey, number one, is a challenge of its own.
Yeah.
And another one, like I found a hawk one time and it was starting to take off. And I threw my tomahawk and I missed and just watched the tomahawk just fly off. And I'm like, well, there goes that one.
You couldn't do anything like set up bait or something or...
For a bird?
Well,
I don't know.
like a hunt a rabbit.
I did have.
Put it down somewhere.
I have taken out one eagle so far with it. It landed on a post right in front of me, just randomly, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I quickly went into my satchel, grabbed my tomahawk, and like chucked it at it and got it. I was like, "Yay!" So it allows me to do those random things that for the challenges that I'm working on. So. Or just random game that I need.
So if you're into exploring and everything, just go by your horse or stagecoach, like you said. But if you're not, you got fast travel. But
so I don't mind. Plus, I mean the land in the game itself is so pretty that I don't mind just running around in it.
No, I agree. I don't have a problem with that either, except for the fact that at the moment, I'm just doing this glitch. So I'm like, let's do this, do that, go, come back, do it more, whatever. And I was grateful when the guy said, "Hey, go in here and pick out anything you want. Doesn't matter the price." At the time, I was grateful for that because I didn't have a lot of money. Now I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, sure, whatever. I've got all this stuff.
$200 for a gun.
Yeah.
Easy.
I went in and I bought all this stuff, and then I donated a bunch of it to the camp. Then I went back and restocked and bought all this stuff. So I'm set for that. But by no means do I feel like I've broken the game or ruined the game for myself.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like... I've read a lot of people who have made comments about the glitch itself, and people on videos that show you how to do the glitch. A lot of people saying, way to ruin the game for you. This is not how it's meant to be played, that sort of thing. I understand it's not how it's meant to be played, but it doesn't feel like I've ruined the game whatsoever.
No, I mean, you're an outlaw. You're trying to make money, and, I could rob people. So, yeah, I'm going to have money.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I think it's in tune with the character.
Yeah, I don't feel in any way spoiled by this.
And, if I would have taken the train or fast traveled, I would have missed on some of the weird little things that the game has to offer. Like I was telling Scott and RJ that before I got to the show today, I ran across a Klan rally out in the middle of the woods, and I blew them up with a dynamite arrow. So I would have missed that. That was fun.
Yeah, well, just a random event that just pops up.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
or several times people try to rob me. Like when I'm going through like covered bridges and everything. I've had that twice already. People are like, "Hey," they try and rob me, and I'm like, "All right, let's do this."
Did you ever get random bounty hunters come after you because like being wanted and everything?
Not well. The bounty hunters come after you if you're wanted. So as soon as I get now, since I have the money, as soon as I get like a wanted level, I pay it off. So I don't have the bounty hunters around me as much. Because I can afford to pay off my bounties.
Yeah. I haven't had the situation happen to me too much.
I think there's
We're needing a
a
bounty
trophy
paid off.
to survive. I think like a day with like $250 bounty on each of the different places.
Oh, wow. Just survive a day because of the people that come to kill you?
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're going to, let's go to the phones and talk to Chris. Well, all right, Chris, hang on. When we come back from break, we'll get to you. I completely, honestly forgot that you were on the phone.
Red Dead Redemption.
When we got into talking, I completely forgot you were there. So please hang on. I want to
Sorry,
take
man.
you now, but it's the top of the hour, so let's just take the break. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat. Chris's phone call. Some stuff that just happened with Microsoft out of the event. They announced they acquired 2 new studios, so we'll talk about that real quick. But it's all coming up next. We've got music here from another October release, Lego DC Supervillains. Main menu music for this. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music there from Hitman 2.
Or Hitman 1.
Or Hitman 1,
It's
I
the
guess.
exact same
Is it?
menu music. I know this well.
Yeah, the main menu theme for Hitman 1 and 2, apparently.
Yes.
So, a game that didn't release in October. Came out, comes out Tuesday, I guess. So,
I believe yes.
but I threw it in there anyway. So, our music is brought to you by our friends at Quality Comics over on the Eastern Boulevard. Check them out at qualitycomics.com. That is comics with an X, C-O-M-I-X. Here's the thing. If you've got stuff sitting around the house, maybe you collected comic books. And maybe you were one of the lucky ones who doesn't have the whole story to tell about my mom threw them out when I got older or when I left the house for college or whatever that whole story is of how you lost all your rich baseball cards and everything else that I've always heard growing up. If you still hung on to those things, but you don't know what the price of them are, then they will help you out at Quality Comics. Take them over there. They will look them over and let you know, kind of a ballpark of like, here's your value of what you have, and they'll help you preserve these things, whatever they may be, as well. Quality Comics on the Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. Let's go to the phones because he's been holding on way too long because I forgot. I'm sorry. Hi, Chris.
You forgot you've been playing the same thing and talking about Red Dead like I've been playing as well, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, I've done a few of the missions too, and of course I've done that one where the people disappear, but I haven't been back to my camp in so long. I don't even know if it's affected me or not either.
I don't know, and again, the bug is not necessarily. A lot of people are upset about it because you can go and have conversations with these people at your camp. So, but for the most part, a lot of people aren't. It's not that big of a deal. They show up when they're necessary. So maybe you have a mission that involves them.
Maybe that's what it is. You know?
When you have a mission that involves them, apparently they do show up. So it's not keeping you from progressing in the game. It's just one of those things where it's like, why, where are they? They're not at our camp, that sort of thing. So you're kind of missing out on conversations. But otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah, I've been just having fun. I've done a few other ones where I've done the snake oil guy where you capture the snake oil salesman. I've done the one where you can unlock the fence for the buggies, the horse-drawn buggies.
Yeah.
And I've done the one where Reverend Swanson has got drunk and both of you almost get hit by a train. I've done that one, but other than those, I've explored the whole map and been, like Scott, you've been doing and everybody else, I've just been having fun exploring around, seeing these different events come up, and like I think it was a couple weeks ago, I think the guy from Ireland had called in, and stated that, doing the not non-story missions first, because you can not be able to go back and do some of those if you get too far in the story. I've just been going around having fun and doing that.
Yeah, that kind of annoys me too. That they said, look, if you come upon the stranger missions, the ones with the question marks and stuff, do those because as you progress in the story, they will go away. So I'm like, okay, well then, how many do I need to do before I progress in the story? Let me know which ones are. Like if it was a question mark with an asterisk next to it, so I knew that, hey, you should do this before you move forward. Something to give me an idea of, like, this thing is temporary and it's going to go away. Or it's like, it won't go away until after Chapter 3 or Chapter 4 or something like that, so that I'd kind of know what kind of time frame. Otherwise, how much of this map do I need to go around?
Well, in my experience, the best way to do it is to do them all.
Right.
Do all that you can do. Do every one of them. The last thing you do is that story mission, and then more pops up.
That's a big map to go around trying to find all of them.
Yeah, but
it is a big map.
Then the strangers, you come into random strangers, and
the random strangers, I think, could just happen. I don't necessarily know that that's, and by that I mean these are not the question mark missions. The ones that are question marks on the map. These are just the white blips that show up.
No, not the white blips, but the there are ones like the question mark one.
Oh, the question mark.
With the fog.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to finding some of them. Mm-hmm. Because
that's what I'm talking about. They will go away if you progress too far in the story.
And depending upon day, because like sometimes at nighttime they'll go away.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I had one that I knew is the fourth part of one of the same guys, and I saw his little his initials. And I'm like, okay, and then it became night and then went away. I'm like, huh. Then next day it was back.
Yeah. The most recent stranger that I found was the guy who was trying to find some treasure. He was overlooking the little river there, the creek or the river, whatever it is. And he had a treasure map, and I bought it for him for like $10 or whatever. Of course, I'm loaded with like $60,000, so I was like, "Sure, I'll buy $10 from him."
But that's for the treasure challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, how are the prices in that game?
I like the
because you said you're swimming with it $60,000, but are we talking? We got those
when I got to the main camp. Yeah. When I got to the main camp, which was Chapter 2, and this is Chapter 1. Chapter 1 does not give you the ability to go out and explore. You're very linear in Chapter 1.
Yes.
After looting everything that I could from Chapter 1. I got to camp with about $60 to $80, which was pretty good. Plus a ton of stuff that I could pawn off, which I never did because I wasn't sure if I needed that stuff or whatever. Like I did a mission and dude gave me a pin. I was like, ooh, this pin might come in handy later. No. None of that stuff ever comes in handy later. It's stuff you sell to get money. So,
Junk.
yeah, it's
Junk. Okay.
But they're called valuables in your inventory, so that you can sell them off and get money out of them. But I'm such a hoarder in these things that a lot of times I'm like, oh, that might come in handy. Never does it ever come in handy that I know.
The valuables?
Of. Yes. Like the dude who gave me the pin when I helped him out. That pin does not come into play.
That pin doesn't, but there are some valuables that there's only one instance in them. Like,
sounds like it's about to be an instance in a random event that you may never run into.
well, not necessarily a random event, but
Are you able to sell it before you come across that event?
I think so. I think you could fence it. Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. Some of the talismans, not only do they require the legendary animal, but like a few of them, like maybe 3 or 4 of them at the bottom, also require like a special item. Like
but as a special item is
special pocket watch.
Yeah,
and I'm afraid if you sell it, if you get it before and then sell it, then I don't know if it'll count towards. I don't know. That's why.
If it's special, it shouldn't be sellable.
Yeah, is the pocket watch gold? Like, is the pocket watch in your menu item? Is it the yellow color, like all the other things that are kind of more valuable?
I think it was.
See, that's the other thing. Everything
Yeah.
that I've got in my valuables is all gray, which means it has no value to me.
Right.
Then there are items that are yellowish. I guess they have a yellow tint over them or a gold tint, kind of like an exotic from Destiny.
Yeah. Or Borderlands. You got a color.
Right.
You got a color scale
Right.
for the,
and those
the
things,
rarity of items.
Those things I can sell and get more money for them, but they're also even better for me. They restore more of my health or more of my stamina or help out my horse better than the basic version of what it is.
Or even the used version.
Yeah, or the used version, whatever it is. So I can kind of see of like, hey, I'll hang on to these. But then there's a lot of stuff where I can just let it go.
Yeah.
So, you can usually get back to camp, probably have around $100. And, you should be good to go with that for a good while without having to spend. Just, when you get a bounty on your head, be careful because bounties can run 50 to God knows how much, $250.
I've had one
They
for
go
10.
up to 300.
Yeah,
Up to wow.
exactly, which is a lot of money.
Especially if you're not doing
Well,
the glitch.
Yeah.
The price I was talking about, are they those Old West prices like $1, $2,
Oh,
$1?
yeah.
Oh yeah, like
so
you could buy carrots for 10 cents.
Yeah, it's all very,
Or-
very cheap. But when you're sitting there, I realized how much money I actually spent when I went through an entire catalog and bought maxed out on everything that they had.
Yeah.
I'd spent at least over $100.
Do you
Yeah,
upgrade
but
your
you-
weapons?
I
too?
went through and I upgraded my weapons
Yeah.
too. I added the better
the
barrels, I added the
scope,
stock.
the rifling.
I didn't need the different grips for my pistols.
no, I think that's just cosmetic.
but I bought them anyway because I had the money.
So you're swimming in it with 60
I'm
grand.
swimming. I have
So,
no
yeah.
problem with money. Is not an issue for me in this game anymore.
Yeah.
What is an issue are obviously the bugs that have been coming across. But that I was loaded down with plenty of money and tons of weapons when I went to get the last little gunslinger mission. Died twice during that mission.
Which one was that?
The one where you have to kill all the guys out in their camp first, and then you get to see the guy in the shack, and you have to
you
do a
killed
draw
the
with him.
guys?
I walked up on him and they said, "What are you doing here?" And I tried to defuse the situation. That didn't help.
No,
Yeah,
I antagonized them, and they're like, "Dude, it's cool."
it never gave me the option to antagonize.
Yeah, it gave me the option between diffuse and antagonize, and so I just started like
That was
basically
never on my
bowing
list.
up and like, "Sup, fools?" And they're like, "Hey, no, he's over there." I'm like, "That's what I thought."
That was never an option
Really? Yeah. The only person I
because
got
they spoke to me first, and the first thing out of the gate was, "Hey, what are you doing on our land? Get away from here!"
Yeah.
And so there is no antagonize from that moment on. It is diffuse or draw your weapon. Aim your weapon or whatever. And so even if you try to defuse, it still breaks out into a gunfight, which was unexpected because we're very, very close and dude's got a shotgun. I do too, but I didn't equip it. It's still over on my horse.
Yeah, on your horse. It does you no good over there.
Yeah. It's still on my horse. I had the voltaic hand cannon,
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I had
Volta-
that one.
It's a good
Oh, I love it. I love
good
it.
pistol.
So anyway, I'm sorry, Chris. We're talking all over you.
Yeah.
Y'all had any fun trying to rob the train?
Man.
Haven't even gotten to that.
So
I've got an excellent tip to keep you from getting wanted. Have you rode the train all right around the big loop? There's a long tunnel in Grizzlies East.
okay.
And basically, if you zoom into the Grizzlies East map, if you look above where the G in Grizzlies is, you can park the front of the train right around in there, underneath the tunnel, and the cops and everything, can't get to you. And eventually, that wanted thing will go away, and you can get away without getting a bounty and rob everybody inside the tunnel.
Oh, really?
And that's what I'm doing now, because the other place you can do it on one of the bridges at the south portion between, if you've ever seen that, it's a long high bridge, and you can park the train over that bridge where they can't get to you there either.
Okay.
They'll try to get from underneath, in the river, but below you, but they can't get up there on the bridge with you.
I haven't robbed the train yet. I got accused of robbing the train because I was just on top trying to shoot some birds. Mm-hmm. For one of the challenges, you have to kill 5 birds on top of a train. And that's what I was doing, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's robbing the train." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Really, I'm not." And
you're on top of the train. That's more than enough.
And an easy way to get on top of there, there's a let's see where this other county I'm zooming in.
He's playing the game while he's on the show.
Yeah, in the county of Anningsburg.
Yeah.
If you follow the railroad tracks up there, there's a Y split in the road, and it's east of some of the small little tunnels that are on the main route, and there's a water tower right beside the railroad tracks. You can climb up there. You can just jump on top of the train once it comes by when it's heading toward the main tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can just squat down and ride the train, and then once it gets inside the tunnel, jump off and shoot the conductor or force him off through the window, and then stop it in the middle of the tunnel and and have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, Chris, have you found an iguana yet?
No, I haven't. I don't know if I've seen one somewhere else.
I've been trying to find an iguana, but I can't.
Is that a legendary creature?
It's not legendary, but it's one that I need for a satchel.
No.
I don't know where.
Desert
Go out
areas.
the desert.
Iguana. I'm thinking maybe southward.
Yeah.
Where the alligators are, and those areas, the swampy areas.
No,
maybe?
swamp's not going to have swamp's not going to have.
I'm thinking maybe Blackwater, close around.
I don't know the areas, but I know the swamp's not going to have an iguana.
DD found an iguana? Where? Tell me.
Hey, Chris, let me ask you this. You said about the train robberies. Can you damage the train tracks, force it to stop?
No, not that I know of. I don't think so. But I know, you can drive the train and everything like a real person. You can drive it into the tunnel.
Yeah.
And even drive it outwards. You can drive it around. I've actually drove the thing around the whole map just for kicks, and unless you stop or get out somewhere, nobody actually knows you're wanted if you didn't ever get a bounty. So you can have fun and just drive it around.
Can't disconnect the caboose from the engine, things like that. Can't do that.
Nope.
No. Okay. So I'm just thinking of plans, a way to plan ahead for a train robbery, things of that nature. Trying to make it as.
But I have
possible.
found something interesting that I read online. There's a section where they're building another spur of the railroad track. They're actually building it.
Isn't that up in Annsburg area?
I think so. Let me...
Because I've seen some places where I saw them actually working on the railroad, and I heard them, nailing down the ties and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, cool. They're building the railroad.
And what I've read, when they progress through the story, they actually finish that route and connect it over and finish it.
Huh.
So it actually changes and evolves.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I can't wait to go through and see that eventually. But like the other guy that called in a couple weeks ago, I wanted to make darn sure I got all those non-story missions done. Anything white that popped up. I've been doing all of those and having fun doing that, and I've even attempted to go to the other city where they had come from, where they're still wanted, dead or alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
down by Blackwater.
Yeah, and I've ran in there, and of course,
I did a mission in there.
Later, as soon as you cross over, the cops are after you in no time. I mean, they're hunting you down quick, and I haven't travel no more than maybe a quarter of a mile, and it's not far at all. And there's like 4 or 5 that they came out from nowhere and just keep coming at you like crazy. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, we appreciate you calling in, man. I'm sorry about the wait.
That's okay. I've been having fun with this since the beta is over with the other one. So y'all have fun. Take it easy.
Talk to you
You too,
later,
man.
man.
See you now.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
I like how Leopold Kane in the chat room called it "run your horse into a tree sim."
I haven't really had that problem yet.
Really?
I saw
Oh, man,
that on the video someone had. It was just
I've had
that sudden stop.
Oh, it's a hit the tree, fall down.
Yeah, horse stops and you go flying.
Yeah. I've had that a couple of times.
Yeah, that reminds me of what happened in excuse me, one of the I think it was GTA 3. It was like a section of the map that you couldn't get to because something happened, because he was talking with the railroad. They were building the railroad, so after time it's going to be built and you'll be able to go through. It's like GTA 3 where the bridge is out.
Yeah.
And you can't go to this area yet, and then later on it'll open up again.
Clear.
So yeah, it's like some a repeated
Just ways to
Rockstar
gate the
process.
area.
Yeah.
Just ways to gate it off for you.
But I mean, like, I don't know. So much of the map isn't gated off. Once you open up in Chapter 2.
He said the folly for the sound of the horse colliding with the tree deserves a medal. Must have been real. How was that? How was the sound in that?
Oh
Matt?
yeah, it's good.
Oh, I was reading the Foley. Okay, yeah, the Foley artist.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Foley. I was like, the Foley.
Foley,
yeah.
But it's Foley.
What would you use to make that sound? I mean, think about the artist.
I haven't really heard it. I'm sure it's a crunch and a thud or something.
Yeah, and
right?
the horse whines and you go tumbling and.
What can I use to make that sound? Let's see. A horse running headfirst into a tree. What do I get to make that noise? Yeah.
Put a horse into a tree.
I was looking at RJ. I wasn't looking at the cam. Now I'm looking into the cam. I was looking at RJ.
Very crunchy with the squish. Yes.
Red Dead Redemption Rockstar Games has shipped more than 17 million copies
That's quite
of
a
Red
few.
Dead Redemption 2. The staggering figure represents sales as of today. That was November 7th, which means that Rockstar sold that many copies of Red Dead Redemption 2 in just 12 days since the game launched. It's exceeded their sales expectations to date. And Rockstar's doing very, very well.
Yeah.
With that kind of a release. Fantastic, really. Online beta will be released towards the end of the month for Red Dead. That's what we know. We need to go over the Black Friday deals.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few little quick hits. Sony released a quieter version of the PlayStation 4 Pro. Didn't know anything about it, but I did hear that they had released a quieter version of it. I don't get a lot of noise out of my PS4 Pro.
I've gotten a little bit with the fans running.
I'm playing on Xbox One X for Red Dead 2.
Okay.
Spider-Man on the Pro, but I don't hear a lot of stuff from it when I'm playing.
I don't have a Pro, but I don't really notice the sound at all.
Yeah. Are you on a Pro?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Black Friday, Sony. Activision says it's not happy with Destiny sales. The player numbers are not good. This is probably why you're seeing these. One of the reasons they're pushing the refer a friend. There's in-game items that you can get when you refer a friend and you guys do missions together.
Yeah.
There's stuff you can get from that. And the PC version is free. The base game is free until November 18th. Black Friday, the price of Forsaken has dropped down to $30. If you want to pick up Forsaken. That's both on console and on PC as well. Prima Games shutting down.
Yeah, I heard about that.
How am I going to
Strategy
get my
guide.
strategy?
Right?
My guides and wait.
Digitally.
Honestly, don't really use that many ever since.
No, but in terms of strategy guides, Prima's fine, but I always went with Future Press. They always had the collectible hardcover books that I liked, especially when I think about it. Bayonetta, when Future Press made the one for Bayonetta, the hardcover, I see it on eBay for like hundreds of bucks, but I'm not parting with mine. I mean, that's a pretty well put together book. So I've always went with them in terms of strat guides.
Yeah. No, I mean, Man, if I need to know where something is, or if I need to look up a strategy to beat something,
Yeah.
just go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Or I type it into the internet. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I go to Google and I type it in and I try and find it. This,
But like I said, it's more for the collectability than anything else.
for
me.
the
For me.
hardbacks,
For
yes.
hardcovers, yeah, the
yeah,
hardcovers,
I could completely agree with you on that. But there's so rarely ever any that appeal to me in that way. The Legend of Zelda hardcover for Breath of the Wild, loved the artwork on it. It was just a really well put together book. So that's the last one I picked up.
Last
So it doesn't have the
strategy
same-
guide I have is the hardcover of GTA 5.
So it doesn't have the same appeal to you as, say, a steelbook for a movie?
Not near as much.
Yeah,
You know, I pick up
okay.
steelbooks like they're, candy. I picked up 3 just yesterday, actually.
3? Yeah.
Well, Incredibles 2 came out and they had a steelbook, so I grabbed that.
Sorry to get off. So speaking of steelbooks, didn't they release some for Halloween? The horror movies. It was like that plain black with those are bad. Those are the bad ones you were talking about a while ago.
They released. So The Shining got one, and there was another horror movie that got one, and it's basically just the outer cover, and then when you open up, there's no artwork on the inside. There's no digital copy. It's just the DVD. It's a very cheap price of like $10 for those. I'm not really big onto
It
those.
was like a dull gray with like a single colored outline or whatever. I think I saw one I don't know for Shining, but it was like a couple of horror movies, older horror movies. But then I saw it for Young Frankenstein.
I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
was like, wait
They're
a
all
minute,
done
yeah.
in a Day of the Dead style.
Okay.
Which is a lot of color splashed on the thing, and there's a bunch of horror movies. There's a ton of color, but I hate them. They look horrible.
They look cheap.
They're mass. I say they're mass produced. They're all mass produced, but they are mass appeal. Maybe I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to say with that, but they're all done in a single style, which is Day of the Dead type style. So when I think of Young Frankenstein, no, I don't think of the monster's head done in this Day of the Dead painting thing on the front of it. That is not what encapsulates Young Frankenstein to me. So that's like, no. And they did that with a ton of the horror movies, and it's like,
Yeah.
what did I pick up? I picked up Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs.
Oh, that's out.
What?
I need to see
Incredibles
that.
2.
Yeah, it came out this week.
Actually, I need to see both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the first one. Never saw the second one. Okay.
Yeah. Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, and The Shape of Water. Shape of Water has a beautiful looking steelbook.
Water
Beautiful.
effect?
No. It's an artwork, but it's a beautiful looking.
That's what I mean.
steelbook.
Is it a water based?
No.
No.
I mean, it's got the color. It's just her and the alien underwater, but the way it's drawn and everything, it's very, very. It's just really beautiful.
Okay.
So, I almost picked up a Super Trooper steelbook, but I didn't like that one.
Okay.
There is a new Wreck-It Ralph steelbook because they reissued that one in 4K in time for the release of the sequel. But I passed on that one. I already have Wreck-It Ralph as far as the film, and I wasn't really.
Yeah, same here.
I wasn't really big on the look of the steelbook, especially compared with the other two that I had. So, anyway, let's go to a break because we're way behind. When we come back, we will go over some of the Black Friday deals. We need to, and we'll talk about those and I don't know whatever else is left on the menu of things to discuss. Going into this break, we've got music here from a game that I should have used for Halloween.
Yeah.
All those weeks I was looking for Halloween tracks, but I never did. It got a 3DS release in October.
3DS release. Luigi's Mansion?
Yes.
Ha!
And I should have used it, but I never did. So anyway, music from Luigi's Mansion. We'll be back with more in-game chat after this. I love this, by the way. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from, it's another October release. And RJ, you may have to help me out with this. Warriors Orochi.
Orochi Warriors?
Yeah, well, it's Warriors Orochi.
Warriors Orochi?
4.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And this is the theme of
Lubu?
Yeah.
Lubu.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lubu, that's he was in Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors. This is the same line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same universe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, the format, the same format, isn't it?
I have no idea, man.
I mean, because that's the thing that
Not
got
my
me.
games.
That's the thing about that got me. That's the thing that was got me about Dynasty Warriors. One of those things where it's the same format every sequel,
Yes.
just like same. It's like a sports title, same game, different little feature put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it got repetitive really fast. So maybe someone in the chat room can tell me the appeal of it.
Of course, the music brought to you by our friends at Quality Comics. They've got an eBay store. You can check it out there. Or you can go online to qualitycomics.com. It is comics with an X, C-O-M-I-X. And check out everything they have. They're the South's largest vintage comic dealer, but, of course, they also deal in sports cards and also just regular collectibles of any kind. You want to talk about toys, magic?
Illusions, Michael.
No, not Magic. Magic the Gathering. Magic card games. That's what I'm talking about. And also the Funko Pops and just plenty of stuff there. Massive store full. You will get stuck in there. You really will get stuck. It's one of those things where I have to be very, very what do I want to say? I have to. Time management is not a thing that I have when I go into that store.
Yeah, you start. Your eyes start wandering.
You walk in during the day, you walk out, and it's night. So, just to kind of give you an idea of what it's like to go into a store like that. It's gigantic. They're located on the Eastern Boulevard right here in Montgomery. Call them at 272-1787. But you're going to get the best way to understand the store is either go there or go qualitycomics.com or their Facebook page at Montgomery Quality Comics. All right, so let's hit up some Black Friday deals. Let's talk about what we've got. And I want to say these are all kind of, they really reflect, every store has kind of the same thing as far as the discounts are concerned. Some have some better bundles, and you'll have to look those up. I'll try and put something together to see exactly what all's there, but we're going to go with Walmart here. They have the Nintendo Switch bundle with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is $299. That would normally cost you $350. PlayStation 4 Slim Terabyte bundle with Spider-Man is $200. That's a big buy right there. The 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 with Spider-Man, $200. Really good deal. The PlayStation VR bundle is $199, normally $300. The Xbox One S 1 terabyte bundle with Minecraft is $200, and an Xbox One X has been knocked down to it's got $100 off, so it's only $400 as opposed to the normal $500 that it is if you're looking to get one of those. Let's see. There's the gaming PC stuff, headphones, video game deals. This is Walmart that we're talking about. The $35 games: Kirby Star Allies, Skyrim, both on Switch. Sea of Thieves, $35. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, $35. We talked about that. Destiny 2 Forsaken on PS4 and Xbox One is $35. I think that's going to drop to $30, or at least it's $30 on PC right now if you want to pick up Forsaken. Shadow of the Tomb Raider drops to $35 for your console.
Good price.
$25 you can get God of War on PS4. That's a great price. Rocket League on Switch, another good price. Far Cry 5 at $25. Not a bad deal at all.
Not bad at all.
$17 games, Resident Evil 7 on Xbox One.
Gold?
No, not the Gold Edition.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Gold Edition. Well, if it follows, and if they had it, the Gold Edition probably would cost you $30, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I got some 4K TV deals as well, and that's for Walmart. Best Buy. For the consoles, they've got the same exact thing for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. For their controllers are $40, which is $20 off.
$20
price.
off, yeah.
That's
So
for both Xbox and for PS4.
Yeah, one of the ones that looked really good to me was the Midnight Blue, camouflage and solid for the PS4.
Yeah. Turtle Beach wired gaming headsets are going to be $30 at Best Buy.
Okay.
Video game deals. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch, $20. Normally, that's $40 off. It's a pretty good deal right there. Monster Hunter World for PS4 will be $20. God of War will be $25. Dragon Quest 11 will be $30. And Forza Horizon 4, which I want to say just came out in October, is going to be $30, which is $30 off. I want to say that, they had the same thing with Detroit. It's going to be like $20. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah. Then they've got some 4K TV deals as well. And that's really where I'm looking at. I'm looking at 4K TVs. I'm really kind of curious about the...
Yeah.
I checked. I have $455 in discounts at Best Buy.
Don't you have a 3D TV, though?
I have a 3D TV because I bought it years ago when 3D was a thing.
Yeah.
Years and years ago when 3D was a thing. 3D is not a thing anymore. I hate that because I loved it, but it is not a thing anymore. Nobody is making 3D TVs anymore. I think they may exist, and if you still have them, that's great. But not only is nobody making 3D TVs anymore, they're not releasing 3D content. Yes, movies are still being released in theaters in 3D, but when they come to the home market, they're not getting a 3D release. None of them are. So now, the whole 3D thing kicked off with one movie.
Yeah.
And that movie is about to get a sequel pretty soon.
And another. And another.
Will it revitalize it? I don't know.
I hope not.
Will it give it a shot in the arm to continue? I don't know. More than likely, it will not. Everybody is focused on 4K, 4K, 4K.
And yeah, and I know I feel like I'm in a minority, but I just did not like that movie at all. Oh,
regardless of whether you liked it, it changed.
Yeah,
it. I don't want to say it changed how people experience things, but it ushered in that whatever wave of 3D that just pushed the format to a place that had never been before, which was in the home mainly. And it also and it has changed. It has changed cinema in a sense that you now have 3D versions to go see or the 2D versions to go see. You know, they're still doing 3D films. They're still releasing those 3D films. It's just when they get to the home market, they're not wasting their time with it. So, do I care about 3D anymore in my home? No. I still enjoy 3D. I think it's a fabulous effect. I still love it when it works, and there are some really great ways that they make it work. But I don't really care about it in my home anymore. Right now, I've got 2 consoles that put out 4K content. I've got video apps that put out 4K content. And I lack one thing to enjoy the 4K content, which is the TV.
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you pulled the trigger on that yet, because you said you were going to wait a little bit.
No, I haven't. Yeah. And I think this will be the year that I pull that trigger. Sitting on that much money in discounts, which I've accrued over. I accrued that much money in discounts because every year at Black Friday, I'm like, time to upgrade the TV? No, let's wait till next year. Next year rolls around, and I'm like, all right, this looks like the year. and then I back off.
Yeah, I'm in the market to upgrade my TV too, but not to 4K, not a 4K level.
4K ain't expensive, man. Depending on what you do.
But the stuff below is lower than that. So yeah.
Do they still do the curved TVs, or is that sort of faded away?
Curves
as
still
well?
exist, but they're not pushing it, man.
I've only seen that in monitors, really.
There are a lot of curved monitors, but as
Yeah.
far as the curved television sets and stuff,
Yeah.
they exist. They were a thing at one time. You can probably still find them, but they are not currently making them with newer models. So it is pretty much out the door.
Yeah.
Right now, they're looking for. Right now, the big thing is your 4K and your HDR, your high dynamic range.
Right.
And really, there is no big thing other than that. It's screen, the picture quality, I guess. So you're looking at a regular LED from any of the manufacturers: Sony, Samsung, Toshiba, TCL, Vizio. Then you've got your QLED, which is a marketing thing that Samsung came up with for one of their sets, and it's like quantum something. Quantum LED type thing. It's basically their attempt to catch up to the third version, or the third player in that game, which is the OLED sets that LG makes. Sony has an OLED set, and LG has one as well, although the technology in the Sony comes from LG.
Yeah.
You're still getting Sony parts in it. You're still getting whatever, but the panel, the OLED panel in a Sony screen, is an LG-made panel. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Not that has any kind of a impact on anything, but
I'll just have to do the research. I mean, I really don't look at this until like
OLED is considered like the king of your 4K. If you want to go to the top, if you want to go, what's the best thing, money aside? Let's not put anything into a budget. Let me walk into a store. What's the best TV you got for me? Budget be damned. Then you're going to get an OLED TV. The problem with OLEDs, we'll just say that, they are more susceptible to burn-in. However, there's a website called rtings.com, rtings.com. They have been running a burn-in test on all of the models that that I call them ratings, but all of the models that website tests, they buy with their own money. They are not given sets from outside vendors. They go to a store, they buy their own sets, they run their own tests. It is a fantastic site when you want to, because they do have sets of like, hey, show me the rankings of the best TVs that are 65 inches. Show me the rankings of the best TVs for watching movies. Show me the rankings for the best TVs that have the best HDR. Show me the best for gaming. What is the best TV for gaming? Which, by the way, if you're looking for what the best TV for gaming is right now, it is the model number NU8000 from Samsung. Any of the Samsung sets with the NU8000 or even the QLEDs that they've got something called, oh gosh, it's a regular term, and it's slipping my head, but it's the refresh rate. It's some kind of adaptive refresh rate or something like that.
The refresh rate is something I'm looking at because of especially for fighting games.
It's
better
input
refresh,
lag.
Yeah, better the refresh rate, better the
right. They've got
reception.
the Samsung sets are really kind of sitting at the best right there. But if you go to ratings and you look up, OLED almost wins out in every single category.
I think I pulled it up here. The Samsung NU7100.
There's the NU7. The TVs that are on sale for Black Friday is the NU8000 series, the NU8000.
Oh, $847 on Amazon
For what?
for a 55-inch NU8000.
And how much is it?
$847
Yeah, it'll be $750 come Black Friday.
for what size?
55.
Okay. What about the 65?
It'll be $997.
Okay,
Come
because
Black
they're
Friday.
showing here for $1,197.
Yeah, the deals haven't fallen into place
But
yet.
that's interesting to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see the section for the
I
best.
like Samsung. I have a Samsung TV that
I
I've had
already-
for 10 years now.
I already have a Samsung television in my bedroom right
I
now.
like it.
Exactly. It just isn't 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the thing you got here, the 8 best 4K HDR gaming TVs for November. I see it on the website you're talking about, ratings.com.
Oh, it's a great site whenever you're looking for TVs. It is a fantastic site. rtings.com. The letter R, and then TINGS.com.
Yeah, we call it ratings, but that's how it's spelled, rtings.
Fantastic site. They've been doing, like I said, they were doing a burn-in test on a bunch of different sets.
Yeah.
And yes, the OLED burns in fast, but they also had it burned in fast with basically news television stations. You know what I'm saying? Like your 24-hour news channels that have that ticker at the bottom constantly up.
Yeah, the car one.
Yeah. That burns in really, really fast. The only video game that did it was, I think, FIFA 18 had a burn-in on it from a box score, I think, that was up on the screen.
Constant, sport games, you have a constant scoreboard throughout the entire game, sitting in that one spot that doesn't move. So, I can see with the burn-in.
But for Call of Duty, it hasn't done anything. They've been running it for like 300 hours now, and there has been no burn-in through the Call of Duty on one of those sets. So it just really... I mean, you've got to leave it on there for a good while for it to do that. Fortunately, I don't watch any of the news stations because this is just not hooked up to my cable. So, I mean, it can be, and I can flip it over there if I want to. But most of the time, if some news is breaking, I go straight to my phone or whatever, and I look at it to see what's going on. So,
my Samsung TV that I have is so old, it's not even a smart TV.
Oh, well, yeah.
But it works fine.
I
mean, like I've had it for 10 years, and it works great.
I got it's a white Westinghouse mine, but it still works. It's not a smart TV, but like I said, if it run until you find something better, or it doesn't work good anymore.
Yeah, so I'm still on the fence about it. Will this be the year I get 4K? It's possible. I don't know. I still haven't made up my mind yet on if I'm gonna jump into that. I want to because I'm playing Red Dead and because I'm playing Spider-Man, and I've got so much other content with some of these movies that I keep picking up that I could enjoy some 4K stuff to watch.
And you have a 4K out source? You have like a Pro or a Xbox?
Yeah, I mean, both of my consoles do 4K.
Okay.
The Roku box that I have does 4K, even though the Roku box I have 4K, even though the apps that I'm using it with, Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and that sort of thing, they're not providing me 4K because I haven't needed to upgrade to that because I do not have a 4K out. Yeah. Once I do, I will, but...
I think the only thing that I had that would do 4K would be my computer. Possibly.
You don't? Yeah, that's right. You don't have an Xbox, do you?
No.
Because even the Xbox One S, is a 4K player.
Yeah.
So you could put in 4K discs and run with it. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still going back and forth on it. I don't know which way I'll go. But yeah, if you go to ratings, you can go up there to best, and you can go by size, by features, by usage, by resolution. You can go by price if you want to do that. So then you can put in your budget and see what you can get. So yeah.
I definitely go there for research on the next
TV
TV
I
pick
love
up.
it. Love it to death. I didn't put a lot of research when I bought this TV that goes into my bedroom. I wasn't really concerned with it. I just needed a
big TV.
I needed a TV to go in the bedroom because I when I was on my back recuperating after my surgery and was watching everything on my iPad.
Wah, wah.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. So if I ever got to do this again, I'm putting in. And now that's become basically the whole centerpiece of my house.
Scott on his back playing the game.
That's right. I come home, I go to the kitchen, I put my stuff up, grab, swig of apple juice out of the freezer or refrigerator, whatever, because I just live by myself, so I just drink straight out of the bottles of everything that's in the house.
That sounds good.
And they go straight to the bedroom.
Frozen apple juice. That does sound good.
I sit on the bed and I pop on Netflix or whatever it is I'm going to watch or play, and then I just sit there and play. Or mainly, actually, I tell you what I do. I do that stuff in the kitchen first, then I go to the computer room, sit down, and I get lost in the internet, and that turns into Destiny, and then that turns into me going to bed at 9 o'clock after it's all done.
Is Destiny the only game you play sitting in the chair?
On my PC?
Yeah.
No,
About
no.
to say, is everything
Right now,
everything-
it has been, but pinball I would play back there.
Okay.
Hitman I fired up today.
Okay.
Yay.
And that's on PC. I'm going to fire that up again now that I know that she wants the tea, and I need to go do some poison stuff. So that whole repetition thing.
I was thinking most games.
Yeah.
I think most of your games you play from the bed.
Change
not
your
the PC.
perception and how you play that game, or how you would. You got
Right, exactly. After watching, and again, go out and find this video. It's the art of repetition. If you're interested in Hitman at all, Art of Repetition is a fantastic video to watch to figure out this is how you should be looking at this game. So, I mean, play it any way you want to. But if you're not getting satisfaction of it, or if you're like me, where you just go through, finish the objective, and move on, and think, well, I've done it all. Now what? Nah, look into it. Anyway, that is going to do it for us. We are out and completely out of time as well. I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat room and everybody who watches us on our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel. Subscribe to both of those, by the way. We've got groups all over the place. We've got a clan for Destiny 2. Whenever this Red Dead thing pops up, we'll do if there's groups for that, we'll make one of those as well. So check it all out.
Groupie.
Yeah, exactly. Have a great week. We are doing a show next weekend, and then we're off for Thanksgiving, just to let you know. That's what'll happen, but we'll see you next week. Here's music from another October re-release. It got a Switch release. It's Siberia 3. We'll see you next Saturday.